Hey kids, welcome once again to yet another chapter in science. Look at the picture and let's guess what is the chapter going to teach us about? Yes, it's another lesson on plants. Children, you know, God doesn't create or make anything useless. All the natural things we see around us are made by God and He has a reason for making everything so that we could use them. So here we are going to learn about the useful plants. Yes, chapter 3, useful plants. Children, when we say useful, what do we mean? Yes, useful means something that we could use or something that is good for us. Now children, in the previous chapter, you learnt the different kinds of plants. And now we are going to learn how these different kinds of plants are useful to us in our day-to-day life. Give a quick look at the pictures you see on the screen. The things you see are and many other things are got from plants. Now let's read the textual line. Plants are useful to us. We get many things from plants. Let us spell out the word useful. I'm sure you're all class 2 children, so the other words are familiar to you. USEFUL, useful. As we are all vegetarians, we surely know that most of our food comes from plants. But children, this food that we eat is stored in different parts of the plant. Sometimes we eat the roots of the plant, sometimes the stem, sometimes the leaves, the fruits, or the flower. Let us read the text now. Most of our food comes from plants. Food is stored in different parts of a plant. Let us read some of the spellings done. Not very new, but yes, you need to learn them well to read the lesson. COMES comes, FROM from, STORED stored, DIFFERENT different, PARTS parts. Children, learn these spelling well. They will help you when you're writing your answers. Children, can you imagine yourself living in a place where there is nothing, just your house, and all you can see is brown soil, or only tall buildings and houses? A place like this would be so boring and so difficult to live in because children, you won't be able to see anything colorful around you. The green plants, because plants beautify the place around us, children. Can you recall the school campus? So many lush green trees with lovely flowers blooming on them. The trees, the bushes in the corridors, the show plants, and the lovely soft grass on the lawn. Now look at the picture here on the screen. The indoor plants in the living room. Doesn't it make the room look so beautiful? Yes. One will feel very good and fresh. Look at the greenery around the house here. Imagine walking on the soft green grass and the school up there. The children would love to play and to come to the school. Right? Now let's read the text. Plants also make our homes and school look beautiful. I'm sure those who have a garden in front of your home and plants growing indoors, you feel fresh and good. And the place around you looks really beautiful. So let's read once again. Plants also make our homes and school look beautiful. Some of the spellings here. ALSO also, HOMES homes, BEAUTIFUL beautiful, BEAUTIFUL beautiful. We have learned plants give us food and it beautifies our surrounding. Now let us look at the food we get from plants, children. The subtopic here is food from plants. Children, where are the roots of the plants? Let me tell you, roots are a part of a plant that grows under the ground. And we eat some of the roots of plants. Okay. So let us read about the roots of the plant and find out their names. Which are the roots we eat? Okay. Now let us read. Plants give us different types of food. Plants give us vegetables. Yes, can you see the picture here alongside? They are all the vegetables. Not all, some of the vegetables. We eat roots of some plants. These are carrot, radish, beetroot, turnip and sweet potato. Yes, children, these are the roots. These vegetables grow under the ground. You won't find orange carrots popping out of the plant. They are underneath. You need to dig up the soil to pluck out the carrot or the beetroot, the sweet potato. You will find them under the soil. On top you will find the stem and the leaves. And you might not know what plant it is. But if you dig up the soil, you will understand which plant is growing beneath. So let us learn the spellings of the vegetables. C-A-R-R-O-T, carrot. R-A-D-I-S-H, radish. Children, pay attention to the spellings. B-E-E-T, beet. R-O-O-T, root, beetroot. T-U-R-N-I-P, turnip. S-W-E-E-T, sweet. P-O-T-A-T-O, potato, sweet potato. Children, stem is another part of a plant that we eat of some plants. Look at the three pictures here on the screen. Yes, sugarcane is the first one, potato and the ginger. They are the stem of the plant. Okay, they are not roots, they are not fruits. They are stem of the plant. So, let us read the line here. We eat stems of some plants like potato, ginger and sugarcane. These are the stems. Stem is what grows just above the root. Let us learn the spellings out here. S-T-E-M-S, stems. P-O-T-A-T-O, potato. G-I-N-G-E-R, ginger. S-U-G-A-R-C-A-N-E, sugarcane. We eat stems of some plants like potato, ginger and sugarcane. I'm sure you have already understood what I'm going to tell you here. Yes, these are the plants of which we eat the leaves. Look at them. Coriander, lettuce, methi. Methi is fenugreek, children, in English. Mint, spinach, lettuce. Lettuce is already there. And cabbage. These are the leaves of the vegetable, of the plant. So let us learn the spellings here. C-O-R-I-A-N-D-E-R, coriander. C-O-R-I-A-N-D-E-R, coriander. L-E-T-T-U-C-E, lettuce. M-E-T-H-I, methi. Methi is called fenugreek. F-E-N-U-G-R-E-E-K, fenugreek. M-I-N-T, mint. Mint is pudina, I told you last time. Spinach, S-P-I-N-A-C-H, spinach. Lettuce is already said once. Cabbage, C-A-B-B-A-G-E, cabbage. Let us read the lines here. We eat leaves of some plants. These are spinach, cabbage and lettuce. Along with this, children, there are many others also, but these are the three you would be able to identify. Three and more, some more pictures on top there. Alright, so remember, the next time I ask you the three leaves of the plants which you eat, you will tell me. I'm sure you will tell me. Coriander, mint, spinach, lettuce, cabbage. You will, right? We have seen the roots, stem and leaves that we eat of a plant. Now, the next is fruit. I'm sure you have identified these vegetables and they are the fruits of a plant. Now let's read the line, children. We eat fruits of some plants. These are tomatoes, pumpkin, cucumber, brinjal and lady's finger. Let's spell out the names. Tomato, T-O-M-A-T-O, tomato. P-U-M-P-K-I-N, pumpkin. C-U-C-U-M-B-E-R, cucumber. B-R-I-N-J-A-L, brinjal. L-A-D-Y apostrophe S, lady's finger. F-I-N-G-E-R, finger, lady's finger. So let's read again. We eat the fruits of some plants. These are tomato, pumpkin, cucumber, brinjal and lady's finger. Children, all the fruits that we eat, they come from plants. Okay. So let us sum it up by saying plants give us fruits. Yes, plants give us fruits also. Now look at all the fruits over here. You will identify apple, watermelon, apricots, peaches, pears, grapes, melons. Some of them, of course, we have not eaten. Maybe you have not eaten the mandarins and the grapefruit. The blueberries you might have not eaten. Avocado is not found here very much. You might have not even eaten the star fruits, but the rest you have eaten all of them, right? So these are fruits which you get on from trees and plants. Now let us read the textual line. Plants give us fruits. Many plants give us fruits to eat. These are mango, banana, apple, grapes, pear, guava, orange, papaya and pineapple. These are not all the names, children. There are many more. Look at the list, the pictures out there. There are raspberries, strawberries and many more. But the textual line gives us these fruits so that you remember these spellings also. Let us read out the spellings. M-A-N-G-O, mango, B-A-N-A-N-A, banana, A-P-P-L-E, apple, G-R-A-P-E-S, grapes, P-E-A-R, pear, G-U-A-V-A, guava, O-R-A-N-G-E, orange, P-A-P-A-Y-A, papaya, P-I-N-E-A-P-P-L-E, pineapple. We all eat rice, roti or chapati made of wheat, bhakri made of jawar and bajra. They give us energy. Remember, we learned it in the last chapter, energy giving food. Or yes, we have learned it in SS, energy giving food. So, but where does all this come from? Rice, wheat, corn, bajra, jawar. These also come from plants. Now, can we read out the line and spell the words? Plants give us food grains. Look at the food grains. The picture is here, so you can identify. Yes, these also come from plants. Some plants give us food grains to eat. These are rice, wheat, corn and jawar. There are many other food grains also, children, but we are listing down just a few for you to learn at the beginning. Let's spell out the new words. R-I-C-E, rice, W-H-E-A-T, wheat, C-O-R-N, corn, J-O-W-A-R, jawar. Next, I am going to bring to you the protein-rich food, that is pulses, which you call kathor in Gujarati. Remember, the uncles, when they are saying they are serving you the pulses, they will say kathor, kathor. Yes. So let me bring some names for you. Gram, chickpeas, kidney beans. Yes. Remember, they'll say chana, then chauri, rajma. Rajma is kidney beans. Look at the names over here. You will identify the Indian names as well as the English names. Mug. Mug is called whole green beans. Okay. Or green gram. Dals. Dals are called lentils. So now let us read, children, and do the spellings. Plants give us pulses. Some plants give us pulses like gram, peas, green gram and soya bean. We get these pulses from the seeds of the plants. Children, these are the seeds of the plants. Alright? So, wow, you're eating the seeds also. And they are protein rich, so you should eat them in these days. Since you're locked up at home, under lockdown, you have nothing much to do. You can eat protein rich food. Now let us learn the spellings of these new words here. Pulses, pulses. Gram, gram. Peas, peas. Green, green. Gram, gram. Green, gram. Soyabean, soya, bean. I'll read up the lines to you once again. Plants give us pulses. Some plants give us pulses like gram, peas, green gram and soya bean. We get these pulses from the seeds of the plant. Almonds, cashews, pistachios and all the other nuts, they also come from plants. I'm sure this time you are thanking God for all the gifts of plants. So many things, right children? And these yummy nuts. Wow. Now let us read the lines and the spellings of the nuts. Plants give us nuts. Some plants give us nuts. These are almonds, cashew nut and walnut. These are just the three names. There are many more nuts apart from the pictures I've put here. There are many more nuts that you will get in the market. Spellings of the nuts. ALMONDS, almonds. CASHEWNUT, cashew nut. WALNUT, walnut. Plants give us nuts. Some plants give us nuts. These are almonds, cashew nut and walnut. The other spellings you can learn by yourselves, right? The hot drinks that mommy and daddy have in the morning, tea and coffee, and the sugar added to it, where does it all come from? Yes, these are also products of plants. The seeds that you see beside the coffee plant there, they are the coffee beans. These beans are ground and powdered, and you get the coffee powder. Tea is got from the leaves of the plant. The leaves are dried, crushed, and you get a lovely tea powder. Sugar is got from the cane. Can you see the cane, the sugar cane? Yes. The stem of the plant? Yes. This is crushed and a lot of long process takes place to get the sugar granules. So now I'm sure you have understood how you get the tea, coffee and sugar. Let us read. Plants give us sugar, tea, coffee and cocoa. Some plants give us sugar, tea, coffee and cocoa. We get sugar from sugarcane. We get tea from dried leaves of tea plants. And I explained about the coffee. Now let us learn the spellings here. SUGAR, sugar, TEAT, COFFEE, coffee, COA, cocoa. DRIED, dried. Now I'll read this passage to you once again. Plants give us sugar, tea, coffee and cocoa. Some plants give us sugar, tea, coffee and cocoa. We get sugar from sugarcane. We get tea from dried leaves of tea plant. Children, many of the plants also have a great medicinal value. I think in the last chapter when we discussed about the kinds of plants, we have spoken about it, but I'll do it once again. I will just give you a few names like tulsi, which is good for cough and a bad throat. Garlic, it's a great medicine for heart trouble and gastric problems. Then let's talk about neem. Very good for skin infections. Eucalyptus is also good for throat infection and to treat wounds. If you have a wound, you know, children, there are a lot of eucalyptus and neem trees growing in our village, in our district of Anand. If you drive down the Anand road, you will see at night you will smell wonderful fragrance of the eucalyptus plant, and the neem. You get a lot of neem trees also along the road. So you see how good is the place we live in, where we have a lot of medicinal trees also growing. Now let's read. And if you want to know more about these medicinal plants, you can ask your mamas. They will tell you, and your grandmothers especially. They have all the secrets with them. Medicines from plants. I hope you are reading with me. Some plants give us medicines. They are tulsi plant, neem tree, eucalyptus tree, and the garlic plant. I'll read again. Medicine from plants. Some plants give us medicines. They are tulsi plant, neem tree, eucalyptus tree, and the garlic plant. Let us learn their spellings, children. Medicines. M-E-D-I-C-I-N-E-S, medicines. M-E-D-I-C-I-N-E-S, medicines. T-U-L-S-I, tulsi. T-U-L-S-I, tulsi. N-E-E-M, neem. E-U-C-A-L-Y-P-T-U-S, eucalyptus. E-U-C-A-L-Y-P-T-U-S, eucalyptus. Garlic. G-A-R-L-I-C, garlic. G-A-R-L-I-C, garlic. I hope you've understood this topic well. So you'll have a lot of this in your diet. Children, we all have furniture in our homes. Beautiful furniture. Some new, some old. Some of us children, if you go to our grandparents' homes, we will see the furniture that is around 40 to 50 years old. Big old cupboards and beds, chest of drawers, lot of furniture, old furniture. Now we have new furniture made in our house. How do we make all this furniture? What do we use to prepare the furniture? Yes, we use the wood of the trees to make furniture. So all our furniture, doors and windows are made from wood, but not any wood and all wood. There are certain wood trees which are cut down in order to make this furniture. They are teak, walnut tree, and the shisham tree. Okay, these are the trees that people who would love to have the furniture for a long time and without getting eaten up by insects will have this wood used. Now we also use wood to give us energy and heat. Like we need to cook food, sometimes food is also cooked on firewood. Okay, so for this we won't use the teak wood and the shisham wood. We will use any waste wood cut down. And we will wood is also used to keep ourselves warm. In winter season, you might see people, your grandfathers and your fathers sitting around a fireplace and keeping themselves warm when they talk to their friends. Haven't you seen it? Yes, you have, I'm sure. Now let's read the lines. Wood from plants. We get wood from trees. Wood of shisham, walnut and teak trees are used for making furniture. We also make doors and windows of our houses from wood. Wood is also burnt to provide heat energy. Let us read out the spellings, children, of the new words here. S-H-I-S-H-A-M, shisham. W-A-L-N-U-T, walnut. T-E-A-K, teak. Very expensive wood, children, but good for furniture. The spelling of furniture. F-U-R-N-I-T-U-R-E, furniture. F-U-R-N-I-T-U-R-E, furniture. D-O-O-R-S, doors. W-I-N-D-O-W-S, windows. H-O-U-S-E-S, houses. B-U-R-N-T, burnt. P-R-O-V-I-D-E, provide. H-E-A-T, heat. E-N-E-R-G-Y, energy. Children, you need heat energy to cook your food. Yes. So people who do not have gas and stoves at home will use firewood. Let us read the passage once again. Wood from plants. We get wood from trees. Wood of shisham, walnut, teak trees are used for making furniture. We also make doors and windows of our houses from wood. Wood is also burnt to provide heat energy. I hope you've understood well now. Children, I'm sure by now you are wondering how much the good Lord loves you. And that is why He has given you this wonderful gift of plants. Isn't it? How much God loves us, children? That He has given us plants, which are so useful in so many ways. Nothing goes waste, children. Not a single plant that you see around you would be a waste. So now another product you get from plants is oil. And which are the plants that give us the oil? Let us read and understand and find out which are those plants. Oils from plants. We get oils from the seeds of some plants like mustard, groundnut, sunflower and coconut. The oils are used for cooking food and making soaps. Children, along with these few, I'll also give you some more. Like you have sesame, is it mentioned? No, sesame also, sesame seeds, tal oil you get. Yes, tal is called sesame in English. Then you have the sunflower. Sunflower is mentioned already. Soya bean. Yes, you get the oil from soya bean as well. Coconut is already there, but it's called copra in Hindi or in Gujarati. Castor. We use Divel sometimes to oil our hair also. So Divel is called castor oil in English. These are the castor seeds. Alright. So these are the seeds that you use for getting oil. Now let us read the spellings of the textual words. M-U-S-T-A-R-D, mustard. Mustard is rye. Let's read again. M-U-S-T-A-R-D, mustard. G-R-O-U-N-D-N-U-T, groundnut. S-U-N-F-L-O-W-E-R, sunflower. C-O-C-O-N-U-T, coconut. U-S-E-D, used. U-S-E-D, used. M-A-K-I-N-G, making. S-O-A-P, soap. Oils from plants. We get oils from the seed of some plants like mustard, groundnut, sunflower and coconut. The oils are used for cooking food and making soaps. Fiber. The clothes we wear, the mats, the jute bags, the coir mattresses, ropes are all got from plants. Now, which are those plants that give us these materials? The cloth, to make the material to make all these things. They are cotton. Kapas, you say, children? Yes, cotton. We prepare a lot of clothes from cotton, children. We have mattresses, pillows, where we use cotton. Then you have the jute. Jute is a fiber which is used to make bags, mats and ropes. And coir. We get coconut coir. And this coir is used to make mattresses and ropes. Something special about the coconut tree. Okay, remember this very clearly, children. This tree, every part of this tree is very useful. Every plant. Be it the leaf, the coconut fruit, the palms, everything. The trunk, the coir from inside the coconut, everything is very useful. That's not mentioned here, but I'm just telling you a secret, okay? Now let us read about the fibers we get from plants. Fibers are materials. So we get cotton fiber from the cotton plants. Cotton fiber is used to make cotton clothes. So I've told you about the other two fibers that we get from jute and coconut also. Do not forget. Oh, those sweet smelling fragrant perfumes. I'm sure you all spray perfumes when you go out for a marriage or something, right, children? Or for a party? Yes. Some of you do it for school as well. You spray a nice good perfume and come to school. I smell it. These also are got from the flowers of plants, children. Flowers like champa, jasmine, lavender and rose are some of the flowers that are used to prepare perfumes. Okay, now can we read? Perfumes from plants. We get perfumes from the flowers of some plants like rose, jasmine and champa. Children, lavender is one more which I have given over here in the picture. And there are some more flowers which I have not mentioned. Now can we learn the spellings? Perfumes, perfumes. From, from. Rose, rose. Jasmine, jasmine. Champa, champa. Lavender, lavender. Perfumes from plants. We get perfumes from the flowers of some plants like rose, jasmine and champa. Children, plants are also useful to animals. You may have seen them feeding on green grass, right? On the green pastures, animals will feed on them. Animals like cows, buffaloes, camel, sheep, goats, they all feed on grass. Many of the animals feed on vegetation. But when this green grass is not available, what will the shepherds do? How will they care for their flocks and their cattle? Yes, let me tell you. They prepare a food called fodder. It is prepared for the time a dry day. What is a dry day? A dry day is a time when you do not get something and you have kept something stored. Like for example, today, now these are dry days for us. We have stored, mamas have stored a lot of grains in the kitchen. So we are able to eat now. Or we'll be able to eat in the later days also for the during the dry day. Alright, now, so children, you might be wondering what is fodder? Fodder is prepared from the dry grass of crops when the crop of rice, wheat and jawar is cut down. The grains are taken off and the grass below is dried. That dried grass is ground and crushed and mixed with some other ingredients and prepared. A fodder is prepared out of it. This is called fodder. This food prepared by the dry grass from the dry grass is called fodder. Let us learn the spelling. Fodder, F-O-D-D-E-R, fodder. The food that you see in the picture here that the cows are eating is fodder. Fodder from plants. Some plants are fodder for animals. F-O-D-D-E-R, fodder. We have more to go with, children. There are still many other uses of plants. So let us check out the uses. Okay. Here you go. We get rubber from rubber trees. Here is the rubber tree, children. You see in the picture. The white color liquid that you see flowing down is the milk of the tree. That is called latex. And this is used to make rubber articles like the ones you see alongside the picture. See here, gloves, pipes, balloons. Okay, all these are made out of the rubber trees. So let us read the line here. We get rubber from rubber trees. Even your eraser is rubber. All right. Children, this is what we get from the trees. Apart from shade, we also get gum from these big trees. What is gum? Gum is in Gujarati called gond. This gond or gum has medicinal properties. Now, which are the two trees we get gum from? Babul and acacia. bubble and acacia trees give us this gum. So can you see bubble tree and the gum beside it? It's a little orangish color, and the gum of the acacia tree is a little darker in color. Now let us read the line, children. We get gum from babul and acacia trees. Let us learn the two new spellings here, babul and acacia. B-A-B-U-L, bubble, and A-C-A-C-I-A, acacia. A-C-A-C-I-A, acacia. The books and paper you use also come from plants. Which plants? Bamboo and eucalyptus. Let us read the line, children. We make paper from bamboo and eucalyptus trees. We make paper from bamboo and eucalyptus trees. Let's read out the words here. Bamboo and eucalyptus. Their spellings are new to you. B-A-M-B-O-O, bamboo. B-A-M-B-O-O, bamboo. E-U-C-A-L-Y-P-T-U-S, eucalyptus. E-U-C-A-L-Y-P-T-U-S, eucalyptus. We make paper from bamboo and eucalyptus trees. Now, these trees, apart from medicinal use, they also give us shade. Okay. Now, which are those trees? Look at the pictures here and identify. Yes, the banyan tree, the neem tree, and the ashoka tree. These trees are very shady and give a cool breeze when you sit under it. Let us read the line. Some big trees like banyan, ashoka, and neem give us shade. Let us learn the spellings here. B-A-N-Y-A-N, banyan. A-S-H-O-K-A, ashoka. S-H-A-D-E, shade. Some big trees like banyan, ashoka, and neem give us shade. Children, look at this garden fence here. It is also called a hedge. Some bushes are grown very close to each other to have a fence like this. Right? Now let us read the line, children. Some plants are used as hedges. What is the meaning of hedges? I have just said it. A fence or a boundary formed by closely growing bushes or shrubs. When you grow bushes or shrubs very closely and you shape it in this manner, it forms a fence or a boundary. Or another name for boundary and fence is hedges. Let us learn the new words here. H-E-D-G-E-S, hedges. H-E-D-G-E-S, hedges. F-E-N-C-E, fence. B-O-U-N-D-A-R-Y, boundary. F-O-R-M-E-D, formed. C-L-O-S-E-L-Y, closely. G-R-O-W-I-N-G, growing. You've learned the words bushes and shrubs. I won't repeat them. Let us read the line once again. Some plants are used as hedges. A fence or a boundary formed by closely growing bushes or shrubs. When the leaves fall off the tree and dry up, or when a plant dies off, what happens to it? It goes waste? No, no way. It does not go waste. It becomes a manure for the other plants. It becomes food. Manure is food for the other plants. Nourishment. You know, you have tonic, children? Yes. So manure is like a tonic for the plants. Let us read the line here. Dead and dried plants or parts of plants are used as manure. I'll repeat. Dead and dried plants or parts of plants used as manure. Let us learn the spellings here. D-E-A-D, dead. D-R-I-E-D, dried. D-R-I-E-D, dried. U-S-E-D, used. M-A-N-U-R-E, manure. M-A-N-U-R-E, manure. And children, the most important thing that the plants give us. fresh, pure and clean air. So, in order to get this fresh, clean and pure air, what must we do? We should grow more plants. Let's read our lines here. Plants make the air pure. We should grow plants to keep the air pure. Let us learn the spelling of pure. P-U-R-E, pure. P-U-R-E, pure. Plants make the air pure. We should grow plants to keep the air pure. Hope you've understood this chapter well, children. This brings us to an end of chapter 3, Useful Plants. I hope you've enjoyed this chapter and learned well. And tonight, when you go to bed, every night you'll actually thank God for the gift of plants and grow more plants. Bye for now. I'll see you with the next chapter very soon.